Hi everyone, it's me, Crafty Witch. Welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I thought I would talk a little bit about Muskeg Tea. It's also commonly known as Labrador Tea. It is a form of medicine that Indigenous people here in North America have been using since time immemorial. It's a very potent form of medicine, and there's a bit of a disclaimer. You do need to know what you're doing if you're going to use this stuff. It can be toxic depending on how it's prepared. And if you are pregnant or nursing, please do not drink this stuff if you make a tea with it. It has been used by Indigenous women to perform like an herbal abortion in the earlier stages of one's pregnancy. So just know that it can harm the fetus. So if you're pregnant, nursing, please do not work with this. That being said, if you do prepare it wrong, it can result in nausea, vomiting, paralysis, and or death. So you do need to know what you're doing. The plant itself loves to grow in wet areas. It loves to grow like in boggy, kind of marshy type areas where there's lots of trees, there's water. It loves wet, acidic soil. It itself is like a water purifier for the wetlands, so it's actually a really beneficial plant, as they all are, with regards to like purifying water, that kind of thing. So it has kind of like these oval shaped green leaves. I don't know if that's gonna turn, kind of, if you guys can see that. The underside of the leaf looks kind of like a rusty color. It's actually kind of fuzzy. I don't know if that's gonna show up or not. And it feels well, like fuzz. It feels fuzzy. The top part of the leaf is kind of thicker, almost like leathery. It's oval, and it's actually a really good plant if you know how to prepare it properly. And it can be used for magical purposes as well, but I'll get into that. So this tea in itself has been used for things like kidney infections, respiratory infections, expelling mucus from the lungs. It's been used for headaches. It's been used to treat gallstones, various stomach issues, even cancer in some cases. Like I had mentioned before, women used to use this to perform herbal abortions in their earlier stages of pregnancy. It's also been used for inflammatory diseases, so like things like arthritis. Also, it's been used for indigestion, constipation, cramps, eczema, psoriasis, diarrhea, rheumatism, tuberculosis, menstrual problems, bronchitis. A lot of people will use it during cold and flu season. So to prepare, you take about, if you're going to make like 1 cup, take like a pinch full like that, and you boil a cup of water, you add the tea. You don't cover the pot or anything. Typically I use like a little tiny saucepan. I add a cup of water, add a pinch of the leaves, bring it to a gentle boil. They'll boil for about a minute or so in a real gentle boil. Then I shut the heat off, let it simmer for a couple minutes uncovered, and then strain it, and we'll drink it like that. Some people will drink this throughout the day. I know some of our old people, our elders, will drink this. They're used to drinking this throughout the day. If you're just starting to work with it, I'd recommend really 1 cup a day or so. You don't want to make yourself sick with it. Do not make the tea strong. Less is more in this case. Too much of it can cause vomiting, diarrhea. It can also cause paralysis or death. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. It can be really, really good in small, weak doses. If you make it strong, and if you take too much of it, it can be harmful. So you have to know what you're doing when working with that. Now, if you're going to use it on a magical level, instead of consuming it, you can make a strong tea with it, and then you can use that to sprinkle around like the outside of your home or property clockwise as a form of protection. If you've been hit with like bad medicine that causes paralysis, even though this can cause paralysis, you can use this by rubbing it on the affected area to like counteract that. You can use it with anointing, candles, sachet bags, things like that for protection. It's a very protective healing herb. So it is, or plant, it is something that I would recommend anybody that likes working with herbs to maybe get some, learn about it, learn how to prepare it. There's more than one species of it. And like I said, they love growing in kind of like boggy marshes. You know, when you're walking in the forest and it's like kind of like in the wetland area, and the ground is kind of like really spongy. They call that muskeg. That's where this plant will thrive. It loves wet, acidic soil, and it's a great plant to work with. So I just thought I'd share that with you, and I'll show you again what the laminated versions of it look like. Sorry for the glare. So this is what the top of the plant looks like, the underside, and yeah, so if you want to work with Labrador Tea or Muskeg Tea, you can. You can even order it off of Amazon. Like it's out there. But anyway, that's it for now. Ciao.